All right, well, after the break, how about a trip to the graveyard? Why one Cincinnati man says the cemetery should be your next destination. We'll explain.
Well, it's not uncommon to visit a graveyard, right? Pay your respects to loved ones, lay some flowers, but what about making cemeteries a destination trip?
It's nothing I've really thought about before. That might seem a little strange to some, but one Cincinnati man is popularizing necro tourism.
We want to go live this morning. Our Morgan Parrish is in the cemetery. Morgan, not spooky in the sunlight.
No, not at all.
I know, that's so funny, guys. I was saying that. I was like, if we were here a few hours ago, I might be a little bit creeped out. But, you know, it's Halloween season, it's spooky season, and everybody's talking about going to their haunted houses. But what about coming and taking a tour at a cemetery? So we are here at Wesleyan Cemetery, and it is the oldest continuous operating cemetery in all of Hamilton County. And right now joining me is who I would consider a cemetery expert, Ken Nagley, and he's with Necro Tourism. Ken, tell me a little bit about some of the spooky stories that we can find here.
Well, three of the most famous stories about Wesleyan Cemetery. Number one, there is a group of children who have a monument on the other side of the cemetery that were killed in a fire in downtown Cincinnati in the early 1900s. They say that at nighttime you can hear the ghost of the children playing in the cemetery and sometimes screaming and moaning. Now, one of the famous graves that's actually here is the one that we have right here. It's the unknown young man. As you guys can see on this grave marker, it even says so, the unknown young man, and he's just somebody's darling. And the legend has it that he actually died on this spot, so they buried him in this location. And since he died allegedly in the cemetery, a lot of people believe that he is one of the ghosts that wander the grounds.
So we're standing in, you know, one of the most haunted areas right now in this cemetery. Yes. And I shouldn't be scared.
No, shouldn't be afraid at all. No, but it is one of the haunted areas because right across the street, if you guys see, there is the John Baldwin, who is the son of the caretaker of the cemetery, one of the original caretakers. He drowned in a lake that was on the far north edge of the property. So both of those bodies, people actually died on the grounds. So a lot of people believe that they haunt these cemeteries. So this area between these two graves is very haunted.
Yeah, you know, and I know that you do a lot of tours, and you were telling me in the last 5 years you have, you know, seen at least 1,200 cemeteries in 22 states. Talk about how people can come do a tour with you around here in the tri-state area.
Well, one of the best ways is obviously to go to my Facebook page, the Necro Tourist. It's there. We also have our web page. We book private tours here almost daily. Anybody that wants to come, 11 a.m. is usually when we do tours. And then we do public tours this time of the year, like on the weekend. As you know, as a matter of fact, our schedule is going to be on our web page now. But yeah, there's a lot of history in this place. Not just hauntings, because this place can be scary. As a matter of fact, things happen here. But you know, there's great people like just literally right across the street and just down a little bit. The first Surgeon General in the country is buried here. Yeah. So it's fascinating, the facts that are here.
Right, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ken, and stick with us. He's going to tell us some more stories about this cemetery. And, you know, last year, Necro Tourism did a haunted tour in this area, so they're kind of working on seeing if they're going to do the same thing this year coming up for Halloween. Back to you guys.
Well, I mean, they're beautiful places, cemeteries, all the landscaping and everything. Oh, hello. And he makes a lot of sense because there was a lot of history there when you talk about the people who may have died, who started, I mean, especially around here, you know, all the old school P&Gers, you know, the people who came over, the soap people, you got the whiskey people, you got the beer people.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many stories, so much history to be told. And maybe this weekend would be a good time to get out and enjoy some of the tours that are going on.
And the fall festivals.
It would be nice.